Hey, so I started this channel a few months ago and I have been trying to find the courage to do get to know me video. So here we go. Here is introductory video about me and why you'd want to follow me on this channel. So my name is Michelle and I am a mum of three, currently 12, 7 and almost 2-year old. I live on a big farm with my husband Thomas. I'm not from farming background. In fact, I used to be a mental health nurse. So when I met my husband, I was a psychiatric nurse and I worked in the community. And that was about 10 years ago when I met him. I then moved here in 2017. I did my degree in, I did a psychology degree in Brighton, and then I did a postgraduate degree in Greenwich University. After that, I then worked in East Sussex as a mental health nurse and moved to Cambridgeshire. And that's where I met my husband when I was living in Cambridgeshire. So in 2017, I decided to move to Shropshire to be with my husband. And then he was living with his mum and dad in the farmhouse. We bought our house about 2 minutes down the road from the farm. And back then, my husband only had about 200 cattle. So I continued as a mental health nurse. And then COVID hit. So that became a bit challenging because we had two young children. My daughter was 5 and my son was 2. He had to carry on doing his work on the farm. Doesn't matter if it's COVID, the cattle have to be fed. And I was working full time as a mental health nurse and had two children. Do you remember when the children had to do the online learning on the video and the teacher would be on the Zoom learning? That's what I had to do. But on top of that, I had to look after a 2-year old. So I'd stick him on an iPad and then I'd stick my daughter in another room doing the Zoom lessons while I had to work upstairs. We didn't have an office, so it was in my bedroom. And I had to ring patients who have just been referred to mental health. So this is the first referral from primary care, so from the GP, social services, etc. And I had to assess them. So I'm assessing people at the worst time of the mental health to see which way I can signpost them into the mental health team. There was no way I could do this because I could hear my children downstairs fighting, and it was just for my mental health and for that person's who I was assessing. It was just not fair for me to carry on with this job. I did ask to go to a part-time level, which my manager said no. So I decided to stop. So I put my career on hold for a little while, as I thought it'd be, and that wasn't the case. I never went back to work, and I don't regret it. I realised how burnt out I was in the NHS compared to being at home. So my husband, then the farm grew a lot more. So we now have 3 times the herd that we had in the past when I met him. So it's a lot bigger. We've had a few more sheds come up over the years. So I play a big part in the farming. I do all the bookkeeping. His mother is not doing it that she used to do it, so I do it now. I rear the calves, so we buy 100 calves a year. So we buy 300 calves a year in 100 batches. So we'll have 100 calves on milk 3 times a year. So that is my role. I will do the calf rearing. So milk, checking on their health. We have a big problem with pneumonia, making sure they're healthy. I won't do the dehorning or any of that. My husband does that, or the castrating, because we do castrate. We don't rear our own replacements. So I do a big role in farming. The only thing I don't do is the tractor driving, and I am currently learning how to drive a tractor. So hopefully by this autumn, I'll be able to ferry the harvest because I hate being the one who makes the lunches and not ferry. But you will see a lot of my stuff is I make a lot of food for all the contractors because I think it's important that we feed the contractors here. We now live in the farmhouse with my in-laws. So we live in a multi-generational house. So I've got my mother-in-law and my father-in-law, and myself and my husband and three children. It's had its challenges, but now that we've established boundaries and respect, it's marvelous. It works perfect. I've got inbuilt, what you call it, I've got inbuilt babysitters, and my mother-in-law has recently had some health problems, so they've got me around as well. So it works out really well for all of us. I can't see myself going back to nursing. A lot of people ask me, you're a farm wife, a farm mum. I am not a trad wife. Don't ever get that twisted. I am very much part of this business and I work my ass off and I am part of the decision making on this business. Financially, I am part of the financial everything of this business. So I am not a trad wife. I am a stay at home farm manager, dog's body, everything, but I am not a trad wife. You will find a lot of cooking from home. I like to garden. I like to grow my own vegetables, which that stems from me wanting my children to have homegrown healthy food. So I do a lot of home cooking. So you see a lot of home cooking on this channel. We do go on holiday once a year because I find it's very important for my husband who will work 365 days a year. It's important for him to get away from this farming now and again. I do understand not everyone can afford a yearly holiday. We're off on a holiday in a couple of days, and this is the biggest holiday we've ever done. And I think next year we'll probably stay locally, but you will see some videos of us on our holiday in the next coming days. But I think that covers most of everything about me on the farm and what this channel is about. If anyone's got any question, please feel free to, I'm happy to answer it. And please do subscribe and follow me on this journey as a farm mum on a Shropshire farm in England. Thank you.